In the last video, I showed you how my Forex robot manages my $40,000 account. Some of you called it luck, some of you said it wouldn't last, and others claimed it was fake. Well, today I'm going to show you something that might shock you. Not only has this robot continued to perform, but it's now generated over $20,000 in verified profits. And I'm about to show you the live MyFXbook account to prove it. But here's what's really interesting. It's not just about the returns. Let me show you what happened on Wednesday and changed everything.
So here we are back on the MyFXbook. So as you can see, once again, this is the $10,000 MyFXbook. It's not actually $10,000. As you guys know from the last video, we increased the balance. So this is update 2. Last time we spoke, the profits on this account, I believe, I can't actually remember, but I think it was about $16,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it was about $16,000. Now we are currently at $21,562. We're nearly about 200% gain. Now reminder, this $10,000, I cannot change the title of this. It started off as a 5K account and it actually started off at a 10K account. It was 5K, then 10K, and I just kept adding to it. We stopped at 40,000. So currently it's 40,000. As you can see, this is the graph. Once again, extremely consistent. We already went through this, the reason behind this drop, and we went through the reason behind this drawdown in the last video. So if you guys did not watch that, I recommend you to watch that. This isn't the true drawdown, and there's a funny reason why this drop happened. Basically, I made a slight mistake where I had my equity protector on when I usually don't have the equity protector on that low. I usually have the equity protector very high or just completely turn it off because it never really comes close to uncomfortable equity drawdowns for me anyways. But other than that, once we fix that issue, as you can see, we've had some beautiful growth throughout. If you take a look, you can see we make regular withdrawals. So all these dots signify different withdrawals. As you can see, 2,000 here, 1.5K here, 2,000 here, 2.5K here. We got another 3.8K. We got another 2.1K, 2.3K, and another, this is just not withdrawal. So very consistent withdrawals. So this is the progress of the account so far. Let's go down into the months. As you can see, last month, February, we did 18%. January, we did 30%. Once again, a reminder from the last video, the results on this account is extremely high. These are not typical results. Reason being is we use a lot more high risk than usual. This type of risk that I use is going to make me see a lot more drawdown, hence why I get to see a lot more profit. But the beautiful part about it is I've been running this account for 7 months and it still stayed pretty safe. And yet we've generated some insane results. Imagine that I decreased my risk by 3x, even the risk that I'm using now, just decreased that 3 times. And I would still see some very good returns. Like decreasing the risk by, 3 would still be 10% profits, right? Still see great results here. Once again, about 6%, right? Once again, still see very high profits. And I'm safe with the high risk. So you can only imagine what I would be like using conservative settings and conservative lot size. I'd be even extra safe. So we've been running this for 7 months right now. It's going fairly well. I've been documenting this throughout the whole time. Stories, Instagram, the YouTube. We've already did about 2,690 trades. We've got about 81% win rate, which is very good. And as you can see, typically we see about 20% a month increase. This week so far I've done 4.50%. But the thing I want to show you guys today is this one. There's a new forecast tool in MyFXbook, and I want to show you the forecast that could have, how much you could actually make with something like this. A lot of people start off with very small capital, right? But let's take a look at, let's say you just started with $10,000. And you compounded this. We're not going to say 10 years, right? 10 years is very fast. Let's just say 3 years. And it was compounding. And the growth rate is going to be obviously the growth rate that you have. So this is like based on the results of this strategy. So if you're using this robot, these are results you'd get. Let's forecast that. So in about 3 years time, compounding by the way, starting with $10,000, using this robot, you'd be up $250,000. Like that's insane. We're talking $250,000 in equity. So that's nearly about $240,000 in profit compounded, right? Starting $10,000 with a compounding of 3 years. That is insane, right? If you had started with just even half of that, $5,000, this is the power first and foremost of having a consistent strategy, having decent amount of capital, and being patient and waiting for time to do its thing. In 2026, right, which is a year you'd be off 14,000. Not that great at the start. Then 2027, you're up 43,000. The beautiful thing about compound, right? Compounding in general is that as the more time passes, the doubling effect just becomes so much more magnified. It's exponential growth. It starts off slow the first year, then it just goes boom, and you'll be up $126,000. That's just 3 years. Like, a lot of people look at compounding from 10 years, 5 years plus. Like, this is insane. Compounded 10 years, that's 237 million. Now, I'll be totally honest with you. I would never look at it from a 10-year perspective. I don't think I'd even be trading Forex for 10 years. We focus on the now, right? The max I'd ever look at really is just 3 years down the line. 10 years, who knows? You might not even be alive, right? So I wouldn't really consider the 10 years, and like, I think it's a bit far-fetched in my personal opinion. Let's take a look at just non-compounding, and let's just take a look at if you wanted to make $100,000 in profit and you just have $5,000 in capital, how long would it take, right? It would take quite a while. This is non-compounding, right? We're talking it would take you about 10 years to make $100,000 in profit, but you still made $100,000 or $95,000 in profit just from 5K capital. Most people are starting off with 5 to 10K. Let's just say 10K, say we're being a little bit more generous, and you're compounding. How many years would you see 100K in profit? This is about a 10X on your investment. 10X on your investment, once again, would happen in what? 3 years. We're reverse engineering what we already looked at. This guy shows you the power of what we have right here. That yes, it might take quite a while to see the big, massive profits. It starts very, very slow, but it compounds. As you can see, I'm not compounding because I'm just taking out the profits. But if I had let it compound, right, I'd be up now nearly $63,000 in capital. And remember, the more you go up in capital, the more you get to risk, and the bigger your losses, and the more profits. And that's what compounding does. So this is the update on the account. All transparent. There's very, very few people that can pull up on my FX book like this and run you through their actual results, their actual account. This is a Vantage Markets account. It cannot even be faked, right? A lot of a lot of brokers out there and a lot of these robot companies, they fake it with basically like unknown brokers, right? They play with the feed. This Vantage Markets is one of the biggest brokers out there right now. Real account. So with that being said, that's pretty much it. If you are interested in learning more about the results of this robot and just wanting to see the progress of this robot, go down to the description and join the Telegram channel. I post a lot of insights about the robot performance, client results, etc. So I think it'll definitely be of interest to you. With that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Don't forget to drop a like. Take care.